AITA for giving my granddaughter a DNA test. This is about my granddaughter Lindsay. Now Lindsay, 15, has it rough being middle child and she looks different from her siblings. I truly was confused how she had blonde curly hair while the rest of the family has dark hair. I thought genetics was being weird and I love her. The issue came up when Lindsay told me her parents banned her from getting an ancestry test. I told my son and DIL that there was something fishy around her birth she needs to know. They denied it and told me to leave it alone. Now Lindsay is in high school and she went to her biology teacher. To put it bluntly, the teacher said it was odd for her to have some traits. She came to me distressed, asking me to buy a DNA test since she needs to know. Long story short, she is not her mother's kid. My son got someone else pregnant and her bio mom gave her up. This has blown up the family while Lindsay is pissed to being lied to. I am getting a ton of heat for getting her a DNA test. Now they won't talk to me, which is making Lindsay even more mad at them. Edit. Because I have answered this multiple times. They were on the other side of the country when she was born and I met Lindsay when she was about 6 months old. Really not hard to hide the whole thing. Edit 2. I am confused why a lot of Redditors are treating this like she is 5 and not 15. All I did was buy it. She did all the paperwork and shipped it. It's not hard. NTA. Your son and his wife suck for lying to her until she is 15 about something so important and trying to keep lying to her even after she obviously started to question things. There are medical reasons a person might need to know what their genetics are, or not, and if you hadn't helped her she would have found out some other way. At least this way she knows she has one friend and ally who will be honest with her. Take care of each other during this difficult time. NTA people have a right to know their genetic heritage. Lying about adoption is linked to increased suicidal ideation, anxiety, and depression. You put her safety and comfort ahead of your son's preferences. My grandparents helped my parents lie to me about my adoption, and not only have I never forgiven any of them, I'm still in therapy over all of it. To answer some of the repeated nonsense here, parental rights do not have greater value than a child's right to access comprehensive medical care. And hiding an adoption does precisely that. Maybe some things, like a child staying healthy, should matter more than a parent's right to lie, gaslight, and manipulate their child as they see fit. NTA. Lindsay already knew. The only part she didn't know, which parent was hers biologically. Lindsay isn't dumb. She was going to find out. Or she was going to continue to get lied to for 3 more years. Your son is trying to deflect blame onto you. He's angry that he got caught lying to his kid and to his parent. NTA. If you had done this simply to satisfy your own curiosity, then that would be different. But you were helping your granddaughter do something that she herself wanted to do. You're getting heat because her parents are mad at being found out, not because you're actually in the wrong. I'm going with NTA simply because you were asked to buy the test for her. You didn't go out to be Snoopy, she asked. Her parents were keeping a secret they were okay with, but clearly, she wasn't. NTA. Her parents were causing her distress with their secret-keeping and ham-fisted method of trying to stop her from finding out about the secret that basically involved telling her straight to her face that there was something about her ancestry they didn't want her to know, so she isn't allowed to get DNA tests. You aren't to blame for their poor handling of the situation that put the girl in distress and made her come running to you hoping to find the answers to the questions they stupidly made sure to tell her she should be asking. They had every opportunity to handle this in a mature and sensible way, but decided that would be too hard and awkward to deal with and stuck their heads in the sand. Seriously. The very instant they banned her from getting that test, the jig was basically up, and the only question was, what exactly are they hiding from me? So far as the girl they were lying to was concerned. NTA. I had a parallel experience. I look nothing like my siblings, so I got my sister and I to take a DNA test. Turns out we were full siblings. But in looking at second, third cousins, something wasn't adding up. Turns out my mom had a different biological father. Accidentally outed my grandma's infidelity. She was pissed and shocked we could find that out with modern tech. She had fully intended on taking it to the grave. That girl had a right to know her biological parentage. NTA only because Lindsay was pressuring you about it. Like you didn't put yourself in their business. She did. And you advocated on her behalf. If there's anything you omitted about how much Lindsay influenced this event, you got a reckoning coming. But it's insane that her parents thought, well, she's 15 and we told her she's banned from taking one of those kits that just get mailed to your house and sent back in a prepaid shipping envelope. That should be the end of that problem. We can continue lying to her about it. No way is she gonna get around that banning, no siree. That was a stupid move on their part. Played their whole hand right out of the gate. Likely committed her even further to figuring it out on her own. At least now she has somebody in her family she can trust. Won't feel like everyone's been in on this big lie in her life. Info just out of curiosity. How do you not know that your granddaughter's mom is not her bio mom? Your son had a kid and you never noticed his wife, GF, was not pregnant? Get her into therapy ASAP. Please. NTA. The kid knew something was suspicious. She went to you for help. As soon as she started questioning it, her parents should have told her. They messed up, not you. I went back and forth on this. I don't know how I feel about you, but I do believe the parents are the majorly. This girl has felt a disconnect from her family and her parents kept ignoring her pleas. They shut down any conversation, refusing to listen to her. I assume they did so to protect your son from his cheating. They did it to protect their image. However, this did this at the expense of their daughter. That is why they are the You did overstep. You did go against your granddaughter's parents. But you did so because of your granddaughter. I can't call you the for that, but I am not sure I would call you right. NTA. As I can't blame you for doing as your granddaughter wanted. She would have done this with or without you. However, the four of you, especially the parents, need to stop focusing on how the granddaughter got the information and focus on the fact that it is out there. They are fighting the wrong battle. While I normally don't like going behind the parents' backs, I think I'll go with NTA. This all stems from the father's actions and his unwillingness to accept the consequences of those actions. 15 is old enough for a kid to not be lied to about stuff like this. Besides, you've now established yourself as the only family member that Lindsay can trust. That's probably going to be an important role for the next few years. The minute they realized she was interested in a DNA test, they should have been honest with her. Now they have a pissed-off 15-year-old that feels betrayed. I sure hope they are getting her some therapy. NTA for wanting to help. However, it wasn't your place to do something against her parents' wishes. Your son cheated on his wife, got that woman pregnant, and then his wife not only took him back but raised his affair child as her own. Your dill deserves a medal. Yes, they were wrong by keeping this from your granddaughter. But really, who wants this information to get out? You are not wrong for helping her discover the truth. Because she knew she was different and she would have found out when she turned 18 anyway. But your son is the problem here and his wife and daughter are the victims. Try to keep in touch with your granddaughter. But if they go and see with you because of this, Let her know you will be waiting when she is 18. Oh boy. The thing is, the research is very clear here. Not knowing your own origin story is detrimental to a person. Everyone who is donor conceived or adopted, who was lied to, normally hates their parents or has issues. Obviously there are exceptions to every rule. But still, we'll be doing a round of IVF with donor eggs soon and have put a lot of thought into this issue. It's not easy for the parents. But what kind of parent is what's good for them and not the child? Kids are so intuitive. She somewhat already knew. While it's almost never cool to go against the parents' wishes, I am okay with it in this case simply because it is what's best for the child in the long run. Also, DNA kits are now sold in grocery stores, especially during the holidays. All you need is an email address. The child was going to do it eventually. At least this way she had an adult to know and hopefully guide the experience. Op will be the calm in the storm for this child as a beacon of truth and trust. I get that the idea behind adoption and donor conceived people decades ago was different and parents did what was the best advice back then. There was no way this was going to stay hidden. So they can blame Op. But it was gonna happen. Period. NTA. She needed to know. Better for her to know now and not when she's 40. They shouldn't have lied to her. NTA, her body, her choice. NTA. You wouldn't have had to go through this if they weren't actively trying to hide it. C was eventually going to find out. I'm glad you were able to help her, but this is like the third or fourth post similar I've seen recently. So forgive me for jumping in to say blonde or red hair and blue or green eyes can come from any color combination in the parents, including two dark-haired, dark-eyed. Just not the other way around. Although blondest redheads can be born with dark hair that they lose within the first year or so. Don't jump to conclusions with infants.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.